There's this guy that's been calling me and calling me and calling me and calling me and leaving threatening messages and being disturbing and weird and creepy and everything else. And, I did a video about him, John Wilkes Gaming or something like that. I did a video about him a little while back, about like the 30 messages he left me in my voicemail system. And I pointed out how deeply disturbing and creepy it is, some of the things that he said, threatening me and threatening my kid. Said, you better look out for your sweet, sweet daughter or something, Kylie. It was a lot. It was so creepy, dude. Anyways, I did that video, and he called and apologized, apparently, left a voicemail saying he was sorry, right? And I figured I'd just leave it at that. I wasn't going to bother anymore. I didn't expect that he was going to do anything psychotic. I just want to be left alone. Well, people dug up some information on the guy. Turns out that he's an actual pedophile. Like, he has offended more than once, like a lot. And he got caught by Women Against Predators. And there's a video of him on YouTube on this Women Against Predators channel talking about what they caught him doing. And he's facing down charges right now for doing some absolutely disturbing, grotesque things, right? So here you're wondering, why am I talking about this now? The reason is because he called back again and again and again and again and again. Now, as a public influencer, I have the ability to uplift and build or destroy. And I would rather uplift and build or be completely silent. I don't want to destroy anybody for any reason, ever. But at this point, I just want to put on record what's been said so everybody is fully aware, because it's long past creepy. It's beyond creepy now. So check out this voicemail that he left me just like very recently. Listen to what he had to say here. Check it out.
Hey, Owen, John Wilson Gaming again.
Again, because he's left like 30 voicemails.
You and I both know you don't have no proof that I harassed you or your daughter.
He's like all of the messages he's left is harassment. I have specifically asked people to leave this guy alone. I did that in the first video I put out when he first did all of this stuff. And I'm asking now, just leave the guy alone. Just leave him alone. Nobody needs to harass him or anything. That being said, he is definitely harassing me. Absolutely. I have no proof of that? What? Quick interjection. I won't take long. I just wanted to tell you guys, YouTube's algorithm operates off of a few factors. Watch time, whether or not you subscribe, and whether or not you like something. So if you really want to help my channel, I would appreciate it if you guys watch the video to the end. If you don't watch it to the end, just watch a little bit longer than you would have otherwise. I would appreciate that very much. All right, let's get back to the video.
No proof, or else it would have been reported.
No proof, or else it would have been reported. I just wanted to leave it alone and move on with my life. I don't feel like spending 2 hours down at the police station. It's a waste of my time and energy. But you know what? After the things that the dude said recently, I feel compelled to go down there and do it. Just sit there for 2 hours and do it.
And instead of you making a video of it, like the pathetic pussy you are.
Like the pathetic loser, if you will. A little bit more polite way of saying that. Like the pathetic loser that I am, I guess. Okay?
But I never, ever harassed or threatened your sweet, sweet daughter, Kylie.
Dude, it is so creepy when you say that. If you don't want to be viewed as a creep, I would recommend not doing that.
But you have already been marked for execution by Jehovah. And you have your sweet, sweet daughter Kylie's blood on your hands as well. I'll be watching you guys. See ya.
Like, does it get much more creepy than that for real? The thing is, right now he's saying that, like, I'm marked for execution by Jehovah, but I don't know the mindset here. It's very possible that when somebody calls in and says something like that, they believe that they are the hand of God. You know, they're executing God's interests on planet Earth. He definitely threatened me, right? Like, I don't know. There's no other way around this. I figured he was just some creep that was pissed off about something, but at this point, I really am starting to think it's more than that, honestly. I just don't want to waste 2 hours of my life. Like, I have so much stuff to do, and I have to go down there and sit there and wait to file a report and everything. But you know what? That's what I got to do, I guess. Anyway, I just want to put on record a few things that have been said. That one was new. That was a newer message that I got. It was just from the other day. And then this happens. Check this out.
This is Robert God. I'm in Maine. Lewiston, Maine.
Yeah, I guess he whispered that he's in Maine. I don't know why or what that means, but yes, I know that he's in Maine already because my viewers actually tracked it down and found out. This is justice.gov. He has a whole article written here on justice.gov. It's a government website that details like all of the, you know, anytime there's like a serious crime, it's detailed here. Portland, Maine, a Standish man pleaded guilty today in U.S. District Court in Portland to the attempted transfer of obscene material to a minor. According to court records, Cumberland County Sheriff's Office received reports that an individual later identified as blah. I mean, he told me his name, but I don't want to bring harassment down on him. 36 had engaged in inappropriate conversations with at least 2 minor children using the internet and social media. Oh my God, dude, this is bad. So anyway, yeah, I know exactly where you live. Thank you, John. I appreciate it for you telling me that. I think everybody knows where you live. Okay, keep listening, because that's just another voicemail. There's another coming. I have like 30 of them, okay? We're not going to sit here all day and go through them. I'm just showing you some of the relevant ones here.
Owen's made one too many mistakes.
Owen's made one too many mistakes, he says.
Bitch.
And then swears at me, I guess. Okay.
YouTube channel.
So those were the newer ones that he's sent, or some of the newer ones. There are others. But listen to, this is getting back to like what originally made me decide to put this on record, that this is happening, that this dude is saying all this stuff. So listen to what he said here. This is one of the original voicemails, I believe.
On Wilson Gaming, 2141 from Maine.
From Maine.
Owen, you picked a want group of people to mess with.
And it just ended there. And I got like a bunch of hang-up calls and a bunch of calls of him like playing music in the background or breathing into the microphone or whatever. It's just weird.
My YouTube channel is John Wilson Gaming 2141. You better keep an eye on your sweet daughter Kylie.
Seriously. Somebody who is in trouble for this type of thing here probably shouldn't be talking about anybody's sweet daughter, okay? Just saying, it throws up red flags left and right. Oh, and the dude is in the middle of a trial right now and sentencing and stuff. This certainly is not going to look good in his sentencing. I hate to say this, but he needs to be removed from society for his own safety, i.e. put in jail. I'm sorry, not for his safety, for everyone else's safety around him. He needs to be taken out of society and put in jail at this point.
You picked the wrong organization to mess with.
He apparently believes that he's a Jehovah's Witness, but he's not, because Jehovah's Witnesses are pacifists. He says he's studying to be a Jehovah's Witness, and I'm assuming that that's just a ploy to get a lighter sentence, show that he's religious. I don't know. Yeah, it's time to get the police involved now. Like, I was ignoring the messages, just kind of laughing at them for a while, because that was the kind thing to do. To him. I was being kind to him by ignoring it. But I haven't even played the most recent voicemail yet. I'm gonna get to that in a second.
Hey, this is John Wilson Gaming, Owen. And I know that I do have history with, like, the Women Against Predators.
Yeah, they are apparently a group that, like, catfishes people who take advantage of children, to state it a polite way. And they got this guy like 12 different times or something like that. I don't even remember. There's a video out there of him with women with predators.
On YouTube, I just want you and everyone to know I'm most likely not going to go to prison.
So he got caught with like 12 different counts of him like trying to entice minors and sending obscene materials to them. And now he's saying, I'm most likely not going to go to prison. Okay, go on.
Prison. And, I'm not guilty of the crimes they're actually saying. But I have gotten a reduced... I'm most likely going to get a reduced sentence.
Most likely going to get a reduced sentence, and he's not guilty of the crimes. Right, okay.
This is why I took a plea deal. But bottom line is I'm not guilty.
Well, by taking a plea deal, you admitted your guilt. You must admit guilt to take a plea deal. So you are guilty, actually. You admitted to being guilty in court if you took that plea deal.
And also I want to go public with the fact that I stand with and support Hamas.
Stands with and supports Hamas. Who stands with and supports Hamas? I stand with and support innocent people that are caught up in this BS conflict. That includes innocent Israeli citizens. That includes women, children, and the men, and everything in between, who didn't want anything to do with anything, both in Israel and in Palestine. That's who I support. Unfortunately, right now, the Israeli government, specifically the Israeli government, is going completely over the top and is trying to enact Bible prophecy, and it's about as disturbing as it gets. Anyway, who stands for Hamas? What? Yeah, as a JW, he supports Hamas? No, he's not a Jehovah's Witness. He's absolutely just pretending to be a Jehovah's Witness. He doesn't know anything about their ideology or their beliefs or anything at all. If he's said the things that he said in these videos, these voicemails. Now he's just breathing into the microphone. I don't know if you guys could make that out.
Against the Jews, against Israel. And I think all Jews and atheists need to be exterminated, if you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean. All Jews and atheists need to be exterminated, if you know what I mean. Now, that could just be him talking, but that could be somebody who is seriously mentally unwell and believes that he is the hand of God, who's been anointed with the task of carrying out God's will. There's more, if you can believe it. There's just a little bit more. Keep listening here. This is another voicemail. So that last one was brand new. And the next two are also brand new. They were sent in succession to each other.
I stand with Hamas and Palestine, Owen.
I don't even know why he's saying this. I have been very outspoken about the fact that I believe that Palestine should be free to live their lives or whatever. Like he's trying to get one over on me or something? Palestinians are the oppressed group right now. I stand with the Palestinians and the innocent Israelis that are caught up in this mess as well. I don't understand why he keeps repeating this.
And President Biden needs to be assassinated.
I'm sorry? What was that? What did he just say?
And President Biden needs to be assassinated.
You know, that may actually be against the law to say. I'm not sure where that falls. I mean, there are some things you're legally barred from saying. Though we have freedom of speech, First Amendment, and everything else, there are actually limits to that. And I think that may have crossed one. I'm not sure. But you know what? I didn't feel like sitting there at the police station for 2 hours wasting my day. I guess we'll find out if it's illegal to say or not, won't we?
He needs to be overthrown.
He needs to be overthrown, okay? So now we're down to the newest voicemail that I received from this guy. Surprisingly, equally as or even more disturbing than the others.
Hi, this is John Wilson Gaming, Owen. Just wanted to say that I never threatened your daughter, Kylie. But it just goes to show that when you did that video, you were only interested in using your little girl for views.
I'm not using my kid for views. I'm pointing out how absolutely psychotic you are. There is something very wrong going on in your head, and I hope that the state forces you to get help for it, because you're obviously not going to get that help yourself of your own free will. This is psychotic.
That's all. And Kylie would be lucky if someone did take her away from there, away from your influence.
You know, that could be considered a veiled threat that he's going to do something about it. Again, some of the shit that he said, like I need another veiled threat. Half of these weren't even veiled. Half of them were just outright, I want to exterminate you, or whatever. What is happening?
I never meant your daughter any harm.
I never meant your daughter any harm, okay?
But you're the most dangerous person on YouTube. One of the most dangerous persons on YouTube.
I mean, I'm not doing anything. I'm just talking about destructive cults and oppressive religions and stuff. What is dangerous about that? I don't understand.
I feel really bad for your mother, what you've put her through over all these years. You should be ashamed of yourself, and it doesn't matter how much security you have.
Here's the outright threat. Doesn't matter how much security you have.
Somebody could get to you. That's all I was doing, was warning you.
Right. Just warning me.
I'm sure you've gotten a lot worse messages than I left you.
Yep, and they were reported to the FBI and followed up on.
That's all I have to say right now, Owen.
I don't know that I've received worse threats. I think that the threats that I've received are about this bad. No, I mean, people threaten to burn my house down and stuff. I guess it depends on credibility. I mean, it's a death threat. How do you gauge which one is worse than the other?
Right now, Owen. And no amount of security can protect you from Jehovah and Jesus' judgment when it comes. Just remember that.
Can do, buckaroo. I appreciate those voicemails. You heard him mention my mom in there. That's a low blow. All of it was low blows, like from beginning to end. It's absolutely psychotic. And sorry, I don't want to bring negative attention down on him. I don't want to bring a hate mob down on him. That is not my intent. I don't want anybody even to contact the guy. Don't contact him, okay? If you find him, don't communicate with him in any way. Just leave the dude alone. I've never brought down a hate mob on anybody, and I'm not starting now. I don't want that. But I do want this to be part of the public record now, what this guy has said. Pretty obvious to me that it's death threats, right? I really don't know what else to call it at this point. I was giving him the grace of not bothering, wasting my time going down to the police station, not bothering submitting tips to the FBI or any of that stuff. But I feel comfortable saying it's beyond that now, right? We're past that part. He used up what goodwill and grace he had and lit it on fire over and over and over again. I just don't know what else to do here but to get the cops involved. I'm sorry, man. Listen to me. I'm saying I'm sorry, man, to somebody who left me death threats. Just leave the dude alone. No need to bother him. It's best if you don't, especially when police are involved. Let the police handle it. That's really the best way to go. But you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm taking it to the cops now after those newer ones. Anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments.